like
How do I turn this thing around?
says, all power to all people. Can we say that one more time in unison? All power to all people.
All
All
power
power
to all people.
Thank you. So I was really excited about the introduction that I forgot to kind of introduce myself.
Woo!
My name is Ryan Banks. I am a freshman at Boise State, studying political science with an emphasis in international relations. And our last speaker today is an individual named Asia Kernan.
Woo!
So thank you all again for being in attendance. And final speaker will be Asia Kernan. But first I'll do another small introduction. Asia Kernan is a third-year Boise State student studying narrative arts. Is also a residence assistant at DKMT. They are also a member of the Pride Alliance leadership and are currently competing in the qualifiers division of Tree Fort as a slam poet.
Woo!
Yes. Let's all put some positive energy towards that. So now please give your undivided attention to Asia Kernan Kernine for an uplifting, attention-grabbing speech. Thank you.
No. Not just an empowering quote by Rosa Parks when she refused to let injustice stand. No was also my first response when invited to speak here today. No, that can't be right. A voice for the community? No, they couldn't mean me. No, I don't know what to say. No, I can't do this. It took a friend's faith in me and a fair amount of courage for me to say yes. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I've got plenty to say. Yes, it would be an honor to share and celebrate King's legacy. Imagine the year 1946, because I can. The civil rights movement barely a whisper, segregation very much alive in the schools, the military, the streets. 1946, and a young man at the age of 17 writes a letter to the editor of the Atlanta Constitution on how he believes that black folk are entitled to the same rights and opportunities of American citizens. Needless to say, that aspirational young man was Martin Luther King Jr. I can't even imagine, nor can I hardly remember what I was doing at the age of 17, but I know it was nowhere near as inspiring. What were you doing at the age of 17? Or what will you do at the age of 17? When King was 17, he was inspirational through the mere act of writing a letter. I hope to someday be inspirational in that way. To have just one person say, imagine that, at the age of, they did this. It was small, inspirational acts, such as writing a letter, saying no, or in some cases yes, that made the civil rights movement what it was. The progress made by the movement since the early years has been monumental. In his last work, King states, to lightly dismiss success is to fail to comprehend the process of achieving full victory. However, having read such work, it pains me to come to the realization that social justice has not been sought with the same urgency. Perhaps because we have become complacent with the success granted, that we stop thinking of that which we have yet to reach. It doesn't help that we have allowed our efforts to be divided by our own interests, not realizing their unity. 50,000 strong. 50,000 strong sought change. 50,000 strong is nothing compared to the numbers we can have today. If more was sought to be brave, brave enough to see the injustice before us, brave enough to let ourselves feel that pain, brave enough to recognize our strength, our ability to incite change, brave enough to use it, even when unsure, especially when afraid. King's last call to the movement, where do we go from here, chaos or community, was not at the time it was written. The answer to where have we gone is forward. Forward is a straight line, and as King once said, the line of progress is never straight. Not to say change hasn't been sought, but where those before once climbed cliff sides, we now walk upon a hill trail. Our interests, our energies divided. The civil rights movement has been spread out, stemming the women's movement, Black Lives Matter, the Dreamers, the LGBTQA+ rights movement, the American Indian movement, and such others. What seems to be going unnoticed is that the focus of those divided interests is the same. They all seek out love, equity, acceptance, and understanding. In recognizing this, we can recognize the importance of supporting each other. As stated in King's work, no great victories are won without total participation. Individually, 50,000 strong. Together, indomitable. When this nation lacked hope, direction, leadership, King was a compass and a light, guiding the people toward a better future and illuminating that which they could not see for themselves. In his speech, I say very honestly that I never intended to become adjusted to segregation and discrimination. Given December 18th of 1963, King states his hope that all men of goodwill will be maladjusted to the injustice going on in the nation. I stand at the edge of a path his greatness, along with many others, have paved, and take a step in saying I challenge all people of goodwill to be maladjusted. Now I have learned to be cognizant of my word choice, and thereby I do intend to say challenge. King hoped. Only stay to hope for change is easy. The difficulty seems to lie in actively seeking change. It seems in our current state, everything must be a challenge to hold our attention, to earn our efforts. As a nation, we have become indifferent to doing things we can, and instead demand a greater why or reason. An apparent reason of worth being the exercise and demonstration of our worth, which to me seems silly, when each of us is undeniably worthy of love, acceptance, feeling, and life. I choose the word challenge, it being defined as a call to take part, because I aim to actively seek change, great victories, for I believe we are each worthy and desire no one question such. To answer King's call, where do you go from here, brought forth to us today? Not just forward. No. From here we must rise to better ourselves, to better our community, to better our nation. To once more quote Mr. King, tomorrow is today, and today is not promised. It is promised to Emmett Till, Kelly Stowe, Stephen Nelson, Malcolm X, Anne Quash, or Martin Luther King Jr. It is not promised that it will be better, nor worse, and therefore entirely to our making. So today, let's celebrate a great man, a blessing still to his community, and let's change tomorrow.
And we're gonna invite an individual give us a short remarks. So stay put. I know you're super cold. Hug someone.